Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? Good morning. I hope you've had a wonderful night. For sure, I think I've had a good night. I woke up this morning and I'm here today and I'm talking to you. So, I suppose that is one thing of its own that I can be grateful for this morning. And so it's been ages since I actually came on here and, either by video live, but here I am today and I am just checking in and saying hello to you guys and I hope you're good. I've been quite busy. That's why I've been held away and I couldn't make it. I miss you all. But I've been trying to stay in touch with you through the affirmations that I've been sending out in the group on the daily over the last 2 weeks or so. So thank you so much for checking in on me as well. As you know, my name is Jonita. I'm the founder of MyStory group here on Facebook, and I am here to check in with you. And I often come on when I do to I come up with an experience that has made an impression on me, and within that experience there is usually a topic that I want to zoom into. And so today I want to zoom into I had an experience in terms of something that happened some weeks back where I felt I was kind of chosen off certain group. And so I want to talk about this whole idea of feeling left out, the whole idea of feeling rejected. Okay? So I don't know if you've been in an experience where you have prepped for a job, for example. You have prepped for a job that you really thought was yours. You went in there, you had your interview, and things just went like fine. You came out feeling confident. You're like, this is my job. I've done so well, and they actually tell you did really well, and you go home feeling all energized and happy, and you kind of know you're gonna probably get it, but only to get a phone call, or sometimes not even get a phone call, not even get an email. You don't hear from them, and you realize, I didn't get that job. I don't know if you've been in those shoes before, if you've experienced that before, and that whole feeling that comes with it. It could also be a matter of you being in touch with, you've been a group of people, and you thought that you were all buddies and good friends and you gelled together. And then all of a sudden you hear that something was held, but like, a come together or a party, but you were not invited. Have you ever been in those shoes where you also feel like, okay, this is like a good friend that I've been there for throughout their period that I've known them, and I've always shown up, with a helping hand, and I've always been there to support them and to be with them. I thought that I was their friends. That feeling, you thought you were their friends, and then all of a sudden you hear that someone had their kids baptized, or there was a confirmation, or there was some sort of birthday party, whatever, and you were not invited. Do you know the feeling that comes with that? That feeling, I'm going to tell you what that feeling is, because I've had that several times. That feeling is called rejection. The feeling of rejection. I want to talk about that whole feeling of rejection. I want to tell you that the feeling of rejection is a natural thing to feel. But I also want to remind you that when you are not shown up for given that job, when you're not invited to the company that you thought you were part of, when you think that you are someone's good friend and all of a sudden you feel like they have decided to choose you apart and they've decided not to include you in their lives at a certain functions, whatever that may be. I'm here to remind you, I'm here to tell you that when you feel rejection, rejection can serve as our protection. Okay? I'm here to remind you that rejection can serve as our protection. Those things you feel that you're being held out of, could that be that in that particular function that you so badly want to be part of, but you felt like you were rejected by that particular person and you were not invited? Could it be that you're being protected against something? Could it be that the company of people that were going to come there at that party, at that function, were not good for your self-esteem? That those people were going to plant seed of a, uncertainty, seed that was going to compromise your principles, seeds that were going to compromise your dignity? Could it be that that rejection was serving as a protection for you? Could it be that you did not get that job that you so badly thought that it was yours? You wanted it. You were all in for it. But that you get a slam in the face, you get a door in the face telling you, you are not getting this job. You feel rejected. After all the efforts you put in, could it be that that job was not meant to be for you? That if you got that job, you will end up being completely someone else that you couldn't even recognize anymore? Could it be that that particular rejection for that job was serving you as a protection against certain things that you cannot see? Could it be that not getting that job was serving you as a protection against maybe going into a company that did not, after all, value your principles, value your qualities, your skills? Could it be that it was a protection against a job, a position that will undervalue yourself and who you are? Yes, I do believe, and I think, and I know I've experienced it in my own life, that this rejection, it can be painful. It can make you feel like as if you're not worth that much. It can make you feel like you're not good enough. But I've also come to the realization in my life, in particular in the last couple of months, that it can also serve as a protection. The rejection can be my protection against certain things that I may not necessarily see, but at a later stage I may look back and say, that is why I didn't get that job. That is why they didn't invite me to that party. It's like saying sometimes also when you are, I put in a contest of when you're going somewhere, like you pack your bags and you're going on a trip, and you don't make it for your flight. Yeah, and you feel so bad. You've paid money for this trip, and you may not even have paid insurance to get your money back, but you feel like this is a huge rejection of this airline because I was just by the gate and they told me the gate had closed. Only to realize that that flight that you were supposed to take, something happened. And you ended up not taking it. That feeling of this whole not being or having access to something actually served as your protection against something that you may not have seen at that stage. It's okay to be upset when you're rejected. It's okay to be annoyed when that friend you thought was your friend chooses another way. It's okay to get upset when you have prepped for a position, for a job, and you don't get it. That's okay too. It's also okay to feel like you've been left out of everything. You've been left out of that company you so badly want to be part of. You feel like you are being left out of different things around you. That's okay too. But I'm also here to remind you, there's another way of turning that whole thing around and say, you know what? This whole rejection is serving as my protection. And it's okay to be not chosen. It's okay to be put aside. It's okay to feel like, okay, you know what, listen, you did not choose me, but could it be that that was your loss? You did not want to be part of my life. That was your loss. The person that you so badly want to be part of in their lives, you want to be there, you want to be in their lives, you want to get involved in their lives, and you have been trying your best day after day, time after time, year after year, and you're doing your best to be part of these people's lives, but at the end of the day, all you get is a slam door in your face. That's when you got to tell yourself, you know what? I'm much more worth than you slamming doors in my face every single time I try to be your friend. I try to reach out. And that may be this whole you rejecting me and slamming doors in my faces. It could be that that's my protection against something. That maybe I am not meant to be part of your life because I'm being protected against the kind of person you in reality are towards me. Should I repeat that? It could be that the whole slamming door in my face, treating me like I am a nobody in spite of what I've tried to do for you. Could that be that in case that is my protection? I should take your rejection as my protection against something, against you as a persona, against who you actually in real fact are. Not who you pretend to be, but that I'm being protected against whatever, however you may affected me. You could have affected my personality. Maybe I'm being protected against the feelings that you may bring into my life. Maybe I'm being protected against the kind of friends that you have. Maybe I'm being protected against your family and who you stand as. And that in spite of my good efforts of trying to connect with you, I may just have to say, you know what? I actually accept that you are choosing me off. But I'm going to do even one better. I'm going to say, I am accepting that not being part of your life, in your life, is serving me as a protection against my principles, my qualities as a person, my self-esteem, my self-worth. It's not an easy thing to remember, to accept, and to take. But I think sometimes, guys, we gotta remember these things. I really love this whole idea of that these rejections can be so bad and awful. But listen, they can serve sometimes, and often enough they serve as a protection to guard you, to fence you off, to remind you that your self-worth, who you are, is not dependent on someone else accepting you or not. It's not dependent on you getting that job or not. Who you are does not lie in how other people look at you. Who you are lies in how you look at yourself. Did you hear that? It depends on how you look at yourself. So you gotta get to some stage when you're getting a no everywhere you go. You have probably done your best and you feel like I'm getting a no everywhere. Could that be those no's you're getting? They're serving as a protection for you, and more so as a guidance to lead you into the right path, a different kind of path that will encourage you and your own self. Could it be that particular group of friends that you want to be part of, but that you're feeling that you are not being included, involved? Could it be that that's a sign for you to say, you know what, that group of friends that I want to be part of is not good for me. In fact, them rejecting me is my protection against everything else that they may bring into my life. And so it enforces you, it encourages you to actually look for other kind of friends, people that will sow a seed of growth, not a seed of dryness. They will sow seasons in your life that would uplift you and take you places. They will sow seeds of encouragement, of empowerment. Whereas the group that you so badly was trying to get into may have done the opposite. That is why you felt the feeling of being rejected. When you feel rejected, sometimes it's okay to just say, that is fine. I'm not going to keep on trying. I'm going to find other ways. I'm going to find other friends. I'm going to find other... You know what? I am not going to sit here and allow you to make me feel like I'm not good enough just because I'm not getting your acceptance, just because you're not taking my invitation, just because you are not saying, yes, Janita, come, let's go somewhere. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm not going to keep on trying. Same thing with anything else in life. You got to draw a line and say, this is it. This is enough. I've had enough. And one of the ways to actually tell the other people that it's enough is by making action. Connect actions to your words. Say, enough is enough. You have shown me rejection. You have helped me out of different functions. You've done your level best to work against me trying to reach out to you. And so I'm not going to stand for that anymore. In fact, I'm going to take it as God protecting me against Not necessarily you, but maybe against things that will come with your friendship and me being in your life. That job that I so badly wanted, you know what? I'm not going to keep on trying because, there must be a reason why I'm not getting the job. God maybe is protecting me against someone in that company that is ready to rip me apart. And so I'm going to look in another way. Maybe that's where I'm meant to be. Maybe that's where God is trying to push me, or whoever. You got to get it in you. You are not what others say you are. You are who you say you are. You are what God says you are. Did you not know that? And so I'm here to remind you this whole idea, strip it down a bit. When you feel rejected, remember often that it's a sign of protection. Okay? Take a step back and ask yourself, okay, I have the feelings of being rejected. It makes me feel awful inside, but if I've tried so hard and they finally accept me, how is that going to work out? This thing is going to end up being one-sided. I'm going to keep on trying to hold on while the other person that finally accepted me really doesn't really care about my efforts. Is it worth your while? It's not worth your while. You got to have a balance. And so, as I round up my wonderful chat here today, my TT, I just want to say that take a few words from this. If you've ever been in a situation where you've been rejected, where you felt like someone made you feel you're not good enough, or you have, I don't know, you're on a football team and you're always being kept out of something, or a company of friends, or a group at work, or whatever it is, you know what? That can also, it feels awful, it feels bad just to start with, but a way you can turn it around and say, you know what, often enough, this rejection is going to serve as my protection, and because it's serving as my protection, it's actually going to push me into other areas that I maybe haven't even discovered yet about myself and about other people that I maybe haven't been with or seen so much of. Okay, so I encourage you here today, and I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. I hope you're good. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful Wednesday. And if you listen to this later on, I hope you've had a wonderful Wednesday. As for me, I'm going to study. It's time to study, read. And I'm going to leave you at that. Once again, my name is Janita. I'm the founder of MyStory group on Facebook, and I'm so delighted that you had time to listen in. Take good care of yourself, and remember, you are not what others say you are. You are who you decide to be on the daily, okay? So go out there, make the best out of yourself, and keep on believing, all right? Lots of love and hugs from myself here, Janita. Bye.